B flat or C part?
The key of F major, concert.
B flat. Thank you. No, as soon as you tell us, we go. Take it. You're okay.
Are they ready to march?
They look like they're ready.
They need like a little red light.
Yeah, we can start. Let's
Okay,
go.
we're good. They gave us a thumbs up.
Good afternoon. Everyone, please stand for the presentation of colors and the national anthem being performed by Da Cappella and Vocal Remedy. Please be seated. Thank you for the presentation of colors and the performance of our national anthem by the University of Toledo Health Science Campus students and the groups Da Cappella and Vocal Remedy. I would also like to thank Glass City Brass for their musical accompaniment during today's ceremony. On behalf of the faculty and staff in the University of Toledo College of Medicine and Life Sciences, I am honored to preside over today's commencement exercises. It is with great pleasure that I welcome the graduates, families, and friends to your graduation. All of us are here today to bestow much-deserved recognition for your achievement. Would all the members of the University of Toledo College of Medicine and Life Sciences class of 2016 please stand and be recognized? You may be seated. These young women and men have done remarkable things in science, education, and patient care. Some, through diligent efforts in the lab, have presented their scientific accomplishments in nationally recognized journals and in presentations throughout the country. Other students have tutored their peers, students in other programs, and volunteered with elementary school children in our neighborhood. Over the past 4 years, College of Medicine and Life Sciences students contributed more than 6,000 hours of peer tutoring, creating a culture of collaboration. Our students have also learned to care and have cared for others locally and around the world. The students before you have volunteered more than 5,000 hours at the Community Cares Clinic, and I've personally seen them in action in the clinic, in operating rooms, and beside the hospital bed here in Toledo, and on medical missions in the developing world. Ladies and gentlemen, they are well prepared for a world that needs talented, hardworking, and prepared adults who will discover solutions to the world's needs through research, who will educate others, and who will provide care for all people. To further their training, many of today's graduates will soon transition into residency programs, postdoctoral training labs, educational institutions, hospitals, and government agencies locally and throughout our nation. They will be joining our alumni, who are prominent teachers, clinicians, researchers, and administrators in the worlds of science and medicine and public health in America and around the world. Many individuals whose efforts have resulted in the successful institution of which we are so proud are with us today. The University of Toledo has tremendous support from our Board of Trustees, and it is my pleasure to recognize the chair of the board, Mrs. Sharon Spire, who will be officiating today's ceremony. Chair Spire, will you please stand? I would also like to welcome the other members of the Board of Trustees present today. If you would please stand. Thank you for all of your loyal support for the university and the College of Medicine and Life Sciences. Would Mr. John Barrett, Interim Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Johnny Early, Dean of the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, and Dr. Patricia Komanecki, Dean of the Colleges of Graduate Studies, please stand. Thank you. I would like to recognize them as they have worked very closely with our college to enable us to achieve our academic mission. I would also like to extend a very special welcome to our honorary degree recipient and today's commencement speaker, Major General Susan Desjardins. Would you please stand? Thank you. Certainly, one of the reasons for the success of the college is the contribution of our academic and clinical affiliates. From our local partners throughout Toledo, Northwest Ohio, and Southeast Michigan, to our global affiliates around the world, these institutions and preceptors willingly accept our students into training and do an excellent job of educating them. Somebody's already tired of my speaking. Would the leaders of these educational affiliates please stand and be recognized? Thank you. I would especially like to recognize the leadership of ProMedica Health System for their commitment to the education, retention, and advancement of our students, and especially Mr. Randy Ostra. Thank you for all the support and essential collaboration you provide in the education of our students. I would also like to recognize the leaders and representatives from the state of Ohio and City Council who are with us today. I would also now like to ask the College of Medicine and Life Sciences faculty members and the leadership team in the College and the hospital to stand and be recognized for your efforts in the education of our graduates. Special recognition today goes to Dr. Candace Williams, Chair of the College of Medicine Council, who is the Grand Marshal for the processional in today's ceremony. Thanks to all of you. Graduation is truly a team effort. I would also like the individuals, faculty, staff, students, and volunteers who have worked to plan today's commencement exercise to stand and be recognized. Finally, I would also like to take a moment on this special day to recognize yet one more group of special heroes without whom this day would not have been possible. A group of individuals who work selflessly to provide cheer and support, to offer judgment and counsel, and to just be there when needed for that moment of sadness or joy. Would the parents of the graduates please stand? Thanks and congratulations to you parents. It is now my pleasure to ask Chair Spire to come to the podium to give a greeting from the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper. Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to welcome you to the commencement of the University of Toledo College of Medicine and Life Sciences. And to all of you graduates, my sincere congratulations. A special welcome also goes out to the families, friends, faculty, staff, and supporters who have been a part of your journey and who are joining us today. This afternoon, we will confer 283 degrees and 20 certificates. You can be very proud of being a graduate of the University of Toledo. Indeed, we are very proud of you. I know that the last several years have required countless hours of study, sacrifice, and discipline, all in the pursuit of careers and professions in which you will spend your lives in the service of others. I believe that time was well spent, as challenging as it may have been. That journey has been a period of personal transformation. Quietly and cumulatively, your day-to-day experiences here in Toledo have left you changed forever. I am confident that the knowledge, understanding, skills, and professional values you have obtained during your education here will challenge you to push the frontiers of science, to look for ways to expand your spheres of influence, and to explore new approaches to healthier communities. And as you move to the next phase in your careers and continue to grow personally, it is my hope that you keep foremost in your mind the mission of the University of Toledo to improve the human condition. It's an exceedingly noble aspiration. So on behalf of my colleagues on the board, we congratulate all the graduates, and a special acknowledgement to our graduates' greatest supporters, their family and friends who took the late night calls, did laundry, picked up food, and did whatever they needed to do to help these graduates achieve their dreams. So wherever life takes you, I hope you'll always keep your alma mater in your heart, and our best congratulations to all of you. And at this time, I'd like to turn the podium back to Dr. Cooper.
Thank you, Ms. Spire. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Amy Levine, President of the College of Medicine and Life Sciences Alumni Affiliate.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper. Good afternoon. On behalf of the University of Toledo's College of Medicine and Life Sciences Alumni Affiliate, I'm pleased to welcome the graduates to the Alumni Association. In recognition of your accomplishments and the greatness yet to come, it's our pleasure to present a special gift to each one of you as you leave the stage. For the graduating physicians, our alumni have purchased stethoscopes for each graduate. The stethoscope is symbolic. You've chosen to listen to your heart, and in the process, have amplified the sounds of life. For the graduating doctorates, our alumni have purchased a personalized hand-blown glass paperweight, a memento of the University of Toledo, and Toledo, the glass capital of the world. For the master's candidates, we also have a parting gift, and all of the graduates will receive a complimentary 5-year membership into the Alumni Association. Each of you follows in the footsteps of more than 8,000 alumni of the College of Medicine and Life Sciences. In turn, others will follow your lead. Today is one that you will never forget. On behalf of all of our alumni, thank you for making a difference and improving the human condition. Dr. Cooper.
Thank you, Dr. Levine, and to all the alumni and faculty who generously donated the gifts for the graduates. At this time, we will begin the conferring of degrees. One of the traditions of commencement is the awarding of honorary degrees and recognitions of persons for outstanding contributions to their professions and to society as a whole. Today, we have the honor of bestowing an honorary degree to a distinguished individual who has made remarkable contributions to the public good. Chair Spire, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce General Susan Desjardins, an accomplished Major General in the United States Air Force. General Desjardins has a remarkable resume. She was one of the first women admitted to the Air Force Academy in 1976. She has experience at every level of leadership in the Air Force during her highly decorated career. After a 32-year career in the Air Force, General Desjardins retired. Her last active duty assignment was as the Director of Plans and Policy for U.S. Strategic Command. She was responsible for the development of the nation's strategic war plan and for contingency planning for global strike missions. A command pilot with more than 3,800 flying hours, our general received her commission from the U.S. Air Force Academy in 1980. She held a variety of positions at the Major Command, Joint Staff, and Headquarters U.S. Air Force, including Deputy Military Assistant to the Secretary of the Air Force. Her commands included an Air Refueling Squadron, an Operations Group, and an Airlift Wing. She has served as Commandant of Cadets at the U.S. Air Force Academy and Director of Strategic Plans, Requirements, and Programs, Headquarters Air Mobility Command, Scott Air Force Base. General Desjardins continues to serve the military today. She is a consultant for Project Air Force with the RAND Corporation and is a trustee and nominating committee member of the Falcon Foundation that supports military prep school scholarships for young men and women who desire to attend the Air Force Academy. She is also involved in several community endeavors, such as serving as president of the Board of Governors of the American Independence Museum in Exeter, New Hampshire, and as the National Defense Committee Chair of the Exeter chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. She was recently selected to the Board of Trustees of Exeter Health Resources. She received her Bachelor of Science degree in International Affairs and Political Science from the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, Colorado. She received her Master's of Arts degree in Industrial Psychology and Human Relations from Louisiana Tech, and another Master of Arts degree in National Security and Strategic Studies from the Naval Command and Staff College at the Naval War College in Newport, Rhode Island. General Desjardins completed the General Manager program from Harvard Business School and the National Security Studies program from George Washington University in Washington, D.C. She was promoted to Major General on September 10, 2009. She has received numerous major awards and decorations that include the Distinguished Service Medal, the Defense Superior Service Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster, Legion of Merit with 2 Oak Leaf Clusters, Defense Meritorious Service Medal, and the Meritorious Service Medal with 3 Oak Leaf Clusters, among others. Chair Spire, it is now my honor to present to you Major General Susan Desjardins.
Retired U.S. Air Force Major General Susan Desjardins, we are honored to have you with us today. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the trustees of the University of Toledo, I hereby confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service in recognition of your outstanding contributions and your service to humanity.
Thank you for that kind introduction and the honorary degree, Dr. Cooper. Good afternoon to you all. Chair of the Board of Trustees, Sharon Spire, Associate Deans, trustees, alumni, community leaders, proud families and friends, and most of all, to the graduating class of 2016, congratulations. Thank you for bestowing on me the honorary degree, and thank you for asking me to be your commencement speaker. It's a great honor to be here, but one that I was uncertain I was worthy of receiving. When asked to be your speaker, I thought to myself, what could a retired military officer possibly have to say to young physicians and scientists about to enter a profession so different, at least on the surface, from my own? What could I draw on from my own background that might resonate and be memorable to you, at least until the end of the ceremony? And since a commencement speech is also traditionally an opportunity to impart words of wisdom, what could I possibly say that would add to the brimming intellectual treasure trove you have already gained here, the College of Medicine and Life Sciences? As I asked myself these questions, I remembered something that a young man said to me as I was about to take command, a heady position in the military. I would be leading a 5,000-person airlift wing comprised of 53 of our newest heavy transport aircraft, C-17s, like those stationed at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton. Our mission was to quickly move critical equipment, supplies, and troops to Iraq and Afghanistan. The unit was in a crisis surge posture, operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every airman was working very hard to accomplish the mission. It was a busy, intense place, and to be in command of such a unit, that was a big deal, and I was excited. This young man said to me, "You know, you may be the boss here, and everyone is going to know who you are, but when you leave, people are not going to remember your name, or what you said here, or even what you did here. But people are going to remember how you made them feel." That was a humbling realization, and he was right. But although you may not remember my name or what I say here today, my hope is that when I conclude my remarks, you, the class of 2016, will feel proud, and perhaps you'll feel a little anxious, but hopefully you will feel inspired about the extraordinary opportunity you have within your grasp, within the career that you have chosen. Let me briefly take you back in time to some of you ancient history to illustrate what I mean. It was the mid-1980s, and I was 8 years into a career as an Air Force pilot. I was flying another new airplane with a new mission, the KC-10. It was a military version of the DC-10, which is configured to serve as a giant aerial refueling tanker. It was then the newest, biggest gas station in the sky. At the same time, the commercial airlines were hiring pilots, and military pilots were particularly attractive because of their experience and their discipline. Many of my peers left the military and joined the airlines, where the pay was higher, the work hours shorter, and the family time abundant. Civilian life seemed quite glamorous, actually. It was a tempting proposition, and one that I could not help but consider. In the end, I decided to stay. I decided to put up with all the inconveniences, the long work hours, the endless regulations and inspections, the overseas deployments, all of which working for the airlines might have alleviated. Why did I stay? I stayed because working for the commercial airlines would have taken me away from the reason I joined the Air Force in the first place, to be on a team in a respected profession with like-minded people, people who wanted to serve their country and their fellow Americans. Please don't get me wrong, being a commercial airline pilot was and still is a respected profession, but it is far different than serving in the military. So my first words of advice to you is to remember. I offer to you that it's worth remembering from time to time what or who inspired you to become a doctor or a scientist and to serve in the medical field. I would wager that for most of you, it was not the thought of the money you would earn. Remember what or who encouraged you to study hard, to work, to sacrifice, and to prevail despite the doubters and the tremendous challenges. Whether it was a teacher or a mentor or a calling to heal the sick, to serve others, to discover new treatments or cures, it is important that you reflect and remember. And just as important as remembering those initial urgings is to remember who or what gave you the confidence and the courage to stay with it. It is especially important to do this should you ever be tempted by what might appear to be an easier path. My next words of advice focus on your oath. As you know, physicians begin their professional careers with an oath that in the final analysis embodies a pledge to protect and defend those in their care. As they begin their careers, officers and enlisted personnel in the military take an oath with a remarkably similar purpose. The Hippocratic Oath focuses on the patient and the proper practice of medicine. The core of the oath taken by every member of the military centers on protecting and defending the Constitution of the United States, which, as you know, is the bedrock foundation for the rights, the safety, and the well-being of all Americans. To be sure, those in the military are sometimes unavoidably placed in harm's way, even though we would emphasize minimizing risk and keeping personnel as safe as possible. In medicine, there will be times when some of you may also find yourself in harm's way, fighting Ebola or Zika, for example. And there, too, you will carry with you the obligation to do all you can to protect those in your care and to treat the afflicted to the best of your ability. So our respective oaths guide and obligate us to adhere to a set of values. And our oaths do not have an expiration date, like a driver's license or a food safety marking. Every time a military member is promoted, he or she will raise their right hand and repeat their oath. It is a reminder of that commitment. So our oath in the military is like your oath in medicine, an enduring touchstone throughout your career and beyond. You might memorize your oath, but more importantly, live it every day, forever. Do not let it expire. My third piece of advice is that you focus on being the best. I urge you to be the best in your field, your group, or your practice. And if you simply cannot be the best, always strive to get as close as possible to that most demanding standard. And by that, I don't mean you need to rush out and try to change the entire world. But as a good and competent doctor or medical scientist, you need to try to change someone's world for the better every day. Know that people are coming to you because they hope and they pray and they trust that you will make them better. Fully understanding that this is the expertise you as a doctor or a scientist have at your fingertips is an extraordinary realization. Additionally, understanding that there is a responsibility that comes with that expertise is absolutely critical. With such ability to do good and with such responsibility to bear, why would anyone want to be anything but the very best? As an illustration, it's akin to realizing you have 600,000 pounds of metal and fuel and lives in your hands as you, your airplane, and your crew are fighting turbulence, adverse weather, and engine problems, and you have to land the aircraft with its crew and cargo, and there are few suitable landing strips in sight. It is up to you to ensure that no crew members or passengers get injured and no metal gets bent in the process. A good pilot will bring everyone home safely. The best pilot will grease the landing, serve free champagne to all the passengers, and make sure no one gets charged baggage fees. Being the best is fueled by knowledge attained by being a lifelong learner. Your success in medicine and medical science relies heavily on keeping abreast of and applying successfully the lessons learned from today's and tomorrow's increasingly rapid advances in science and technology. The commitment to being the best means that this commencement is an embarkation point for a lifetime of study. You may not want to hear that right now at this moment, but tuck it away for future thoughts. As newly graduated physicians and scientists, you are also embarking on lifelong careers as educators. Those of you who will fulfill your roles most successfully will not only stay up to date with your own continuing education requirements, but you will also need to make a consistent and deliberate effort to coach your team of professionals. Of equal, if not greater importance, you will also need to inform your patients on how to properly do their part to care for themselves and their families. It is the very same in the military, where being lifelong learners and lifelong educators is critical. We all want to be ready for the next war and not to fight the last one. The enemies both our medical community and our military will fight now and in the future are often unknown, unpredictable, and difficult to understand. The best we can do is to be as prepared and ready as we can be to defeat them when they do present themselves. Finally, let me say a few words about leadership. Within the medical profession, as well as the military and many other professions, the team is critical to the mission. To be successful, every individual on the team must feel valued for the role he or she plays. Each teammate must understand the performance expectations and must understand where he or she fits into the fight. Marginalizing a teammate, demonstrating a lack of respect, results in a teammate operating at less than 100%, and this weakens the team as a whole. As a physician or a scientist, you will often be leading the team. Leadership by example is the most recognizable and, in my view, the most powerful form of leadership. Your team will be looking to you for your commitment to the mission, your guidance, your motivation, and your competence. They will also be looking at your example of how you treat others. How do you treat your patients? Are you listening? Are you sincere? Are you honest? Are you hearing the words not being said? Are you communicating respect and compassion? It is a leader's courage, diligence, and willingness to exceed expectations, especially in these areas, that often make the difference between success and failure, particularly in situations in medicine and the military where lives could be, and often are, at stake. In closing, allow me to give an example that embodies all the thoughts that I have shared with you today. Fittingly, it takes place where the medical and the military worlds converge. Many of you have heard of the golden hour. It has long been known that the best chance of survival following a traumatic injury occurs when an injured person is seen and treated within an hour of the event. Outside the golden hour, chances of survival drop precipitously. Today, in Iraq and Afghanistan and around the world, advances in life-giving care techniques, streamlined medical and surgical practices, and new organizational constructs are focused on one idea: treatment within the golden hour. 20 years ago, it took 10 years for a wounded military member to be transported to a major critical care unit, and the survival rate was 75%. Today, a casualty can arrive in hours, and the survival rate is 98%. How were these goals achieved? Forward-thinking leaders, many of them military medical personnel, embraced innovative technologies, applied and maximized advances in medical care procedures, and ultimately overcame institutional reluctance to completely transform how we treat our battlefield injuries. Treatment within the golden hour became an operational mandate, an expectation, and the military revolutionized its medical transportation and aeromedical evacuation systems. We have significantly increased the number of Army medevac helicopters available for rapid casualty extraction, and almost every large military aircraft is litter capable. Today, a complex but synchronized choreography plays out when a casualty occurs. Pilots, surgeons, medics, maintenance personnel, communicators, networkers all focus on providing intensive trauma care from the time a service member is wounded and plucked from the battlefield until he or she becomes a patient at a major military hospital in Europe or the United States. Specially trained doctors, nurses, and medical technicians now provide in-flight, life-sustaining, life-saving treatment instead of waiting for those efforts at a major receiving hospital. It is a reality, and it is occurring every day, in fact, every hour. All of this would not be happening if military medical personnel, supported by their civilian counterparts in trauma care, did not, number one, remember why they devoted their lives to medicine, live their oath, strive to be the best, and demonstrate creative, committed leadership. And this is where I think it's most appropriate for me to thank all of you and the community to which the class of 2016 now belongs. Thank you for the care your community has given and will continue to give to us in our civilian lives. But thank you especially for the care you give our men and women in uniform. To the class of 2016, you have chosen a noble profession, one that is consistently ranked among the most respected professions in the world. With a noble profession comes the obligation to uphold and build upon the dedication and sacrifices of those who came before you. You stand on their shoulders. Strive to build upon this legacy. It's a huge responsibility, but one I know you are prepared and willing to bear. Once again, congratulations, class of 2016, on this remarkable achievement. All my best wishes for success now and in the future. Godspeed, and carry on.
Congratulations. Great job.
Thank you.
We will now begin the presentation of candidates for degrees and certificates. Professional photographers will be taking individual photographs of each graduate as they are hooded and receive their diplomas. Therefore, we must keep the front of the auditorium clear, but those of you who wish to take photos, you may come up the aisles as far as the reserved seating area. Thank you very much. Dr. Candace Williams, Associate Dean for the College of Medicine and Life Sciences graduate programs, and Dr. Ronald McGinnis, Senior Associate Dean for Student Affairs, will present the degrees for the University of Toledo College of Medicine and Life Sciences class of 2016, followed by Ms. Spire, who will then confer the degrees. Each graduate will be recognized by name and receive their diplomas individually, starting with recipients of graduate degrees and certificates who will be announced by Dr. Candace Williams, Dr. Williams, and Dr. McGinnis.
Will all the candidates for graduate degrees and certificates please stand and remain standing? Ms. Spire, it is my great pleasure to present the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences, Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences, Master of Public Health, as well as the graduate certificates in Global Public Health, Biomarker Research and Individualized Medicine, Gerontological Practice, Biostatistics, and Epidemiology and Pathology.
Will all the candidates for medical degrees please stand? Ms. Spire, it is my great pleasure to present the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Medicine.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the State of Ohio and the trustees of the University of Toledo, I do confer upon all of the qualified candidates, including those in absentia, the degrees for which they have met the requirements. Excuse me. You are charged with the duties and responsibilities of that degree and granted the privileges and prerogatives appertaining thereto, and the obligations of the duties and the responsibilities of the profession. The doctoral candidates may now move their tassels from the back left of their mortarboards to the front left side. The master's graduates may now move their tassels from the back right of their mortarboards to the back left side of the mortar.
Medical degree graduates may be seated. Ms. Spire, Dr. Cooper, Dr. Kumanicki, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, parents, and guests. The College of Graduate Studies at the University of Toledo enjoys a tradition of excellence in 40 doctoral programs and 128 master's programs in 13 colleges across the university. In addition to PhD and master's degrees, UT also offers 7 professional doctorate degrees and 10 professional master's degrees. The Master of Public Health program is sponsored by the Northwest Ohio Consortium for Public Health, and thus the Master of Public Health degrees are conferred by both the University of Toledo and Bowling Green State University. Today, 71 students will be graduating from 5 different graduate programs in the College of Medicine and Life Sciences. Several of the students have completed 2 programs of study and will be awarded dual degrees or certificates. The recipients for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences and Master of Biomedical Sciences will have their hoods placed by Dr. Dorothea Sawicki, Vice Provost for Health Science Affairs, or by a faculty mentor or family member with a doctoral degree. The recipients of the Master of Public Health and Master of Science in Occupational Health degrees will be hooded respectively by Dr. Cheryl Mills, Associate Professor, Chair, and Co-Director of the Northwest Ohio Consortium for Public Health. All graduates will be presented with their diplomas by Dr. Patricia Kumanicki. And now I am ready to announce the PhD candidates. Oops, excuse me. Okay. The College of Medicine's doctoral program in biomedical science began in 1975. It now trains students to become independent research scientists in the fields of cancer biology, neuroscience and neurological diseases, medical microbiology and immunology, and molecular medicine. Audience, please hold your applause until all of the graduates have received their diplomas. The recipients of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences are Dr. Latrice Bachner, being hooded by her great aunt, Dr. Renee Smith Quinn. There you go. Dr. Seja, please hold your applause. Dr. Seja Cooter, being hooded by her father, Dr. Sadik Cooter. Dr. Herschel Wagulthe, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Herschel Wagulthe, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Bina Joe, and his wife, Dr. Pudma Priya Shaker, who graduated last year. Dr. Xiaolu Zhang, being hooded by her advisor, Dr. James Willie. Please join me. Please join me in congratulating these newly minted PhDs. The Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences program in the College of Medicine and Life Sciences currently offers advanced study in 13 different areas of concentration. The recipients for the degree of Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences will have their hoods placed by Dr. Dorothea Sawicki. Audience, as I call each student, please hold your applause until all of the graduates have been announced. The recipients of the Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences are Ramsey Ajo, Jr., Mariam Musa Alakrawi, Mamdou Rashed Z. Alredi, Vidhisha Aurora. Nicole Carr. Jock Gackham. Isabel Robinson. Sanquinita Sanford. I'm sorry. Yvette Hu No Rami. Please join me in congratulating these master's degree recipients. The graduates of the Northwest Ohio Consortium for Public Health Master of Public Health program have completed a program of study in the areas of public health epidemiology, public health nutrition, health promotion and education, or public health administration, with several pursuing dual majors. The first 4 graduates are also receiving a graduate certificate in global public health. The recipients for the degree of Master of Public Health will have their hoods placed by Dr. Cheryl Mills. Audience, please hold your applause until all of the graduates have been announced. The recipients of the degree of Master of Public Health and Graduate Certificate in Global Public Health are Elena Kramer, Eunice Owusu, Jessica Schulte, Aaron Lean, Gloria Mutombo, The recipients of the degree of Master of Public Health are Ryan Patrick Adams, Haitham Mohammed Al Hussein, Hur Al Shri Rawi, Adrian Bozar, Daniela Svetinovic, Tessa Elliott, Anne Marie Gonzalez, Ellen Jennifer Harbaugh, Brooke Irwin, Deansha James, Joy E. Lau, Rebecca March, Rebecca Myers, Chen Yu Wang, Jewel Mundo, Ashley Pasternak, Mallory Rinke. Elizabeth Robb. Derek Searchray. Emily Stearns. Patricia Ann Tebby. And Brittany Thames. And we have one more in public health, Geneva Silla. Oh no. Please join me in congratulating these new public health professionals. The Master of Science in Occupational Health degree is awarded in one specific area of concentration, industrial hygiene. These degree recipients are the professionals who apply scientific methods to prevent work-related illness and injury. The recipients of the Master of Public Health and Master of Science in Occupational Health degrees will be hooded respectively by Dr. Cheryl Mills. Audience, please hold your applause until all of the graduates have been announced. The two recipients of the Master of Science in Occupational Health are Stephanie Clendenin and Sean Haddix. Please join me in congratulating these graduates. Dr. Cooper, that concludes the presentation of candidates for graduate degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. At this time, I would like to call upon Dr. Latrice Faulkner to give the graduate student commencement speech. Dr. Faulkner is this year's outstanding student in the PhD program in biomedical sciences. Dr. Faulkner.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper. Good afternoon, everyone. I am honored and humbled to address you as the most outstanding doctoral student this afternoon. On behalf of the 2016 graduating class of the University of Toledo College of Medicine and Life Sciences, I would like to thank all of the parents, spouses, families, and friends who encouraged and supported us as we work towards our graduate degrees and certificates. I would especially like to thank my family for their unrelenting support, sacrifices, love, and understanding. Also, I would like to acknowledge all of the departmental secretaries and other UT staff members who were always there when we needed help. And finally, I would like to thank the University of Toledo faculty members who serve as our instructors, mentors, and friends. It is such a pleasure to share in the intensity of emotions filling this theater as we who are graduating close this chapter of our life story. This is a major step in the journey of our lives, one that should be recognized for its immense significance. It is an act not only of personal commitment, but also one of pride. We've all worked hard to get to this day, and our work did not go to waste. Obtaining a graduate degree is a hard-earned achievement recognized throughout the world, one that opens many doors of opportunities for anyone who is dedicated and resilient enough to successfully complete a graduate program. And for that, I commend each and every last graduate here today. Yet I stand before you conflicted. I find myself at this podium with worrying emotions, and I am certain many of you empathize with me. Firstly, and most obviously, I am filled with a great sense of happiness and accomplishment. All of us here today have put forth much effort over the last few years so that we can finally stand here today and know that we've earned the right to be called doctors, scientists, and certified professionals. It was not easy. There were many times when I thought I would not reach the finish line, but those struggles have only made this moment sweeter. Many of the doctoral fellows who are on this stage have endured months of torturous coursework like cell membranes with Dr. Maggiata and cell biology and signaling with Dr. Sanchez. Even in the summer months, we survived the marvelous teachings of Dr. Cooter on statistical methods, and for that, I think all of us should be proud. Yet my ambivalence on this day stems from the very fact that this ceremony marks the end of a difficult but satisfying journey of discovery and learning. While I am ready to continue my scientific career at Harvard University, knowing that my mentor, Dr. Jennifer Hill, and the resources and support here at UT thoroughly prepared me for this next big step, I am also filled with anxiety and sadness. UT has been my home for several years and has been a sanctuary for me. My life has revolved around the Paul Block Health Sciences building and the many scientists who walk these halls morning, noon, and night, and weekend, and holidays. I can truly say that I will miss each and every last one of you. All of you in some small way have shaped me into the research scientist I am today. So for that, I thank you. Certainly the level of comfort I have developed during my studies at UT makes my departure a rather anxious one. Both with anxiety comes excitement, and at the end of this journey means the start of a brand new one. As I leave behind the warmth that I have experienced at UT, I enter into new and uncharted territory. There are a few sentiments and quotes that I live by, and which I would love to share with you this afternoon. First is to live by the 3 L's, which are live, learn, and love. I believe all 3 to be equally important. Be true to yourself, learn the past, watch the present, and create the future. Jesse Conrad. Don't stand still, because restlessness is discontent, and discontent is the first necessity of progress. Thomas Edison. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Marie Curie. Most importantly, my experiences at UT have left me with one final emotion. The last sentiment I will share with you today is hope. I hope that I will use the tools that UT has given me as a means to provide opportunities to others. Even more so, I hope that in the near future, a quality education will not be a privilege for the few in this country. Last but not least, I hope that President Barack Obama can figure out a way to graciously forgive our debts to the U.S. government for this magnificent education we have received before he departs the Oval Office. I just want to put that out there in the atmosphere. From this day forward, let us make each decision with our best interest in mind. Let us believe in ourselves so that we may reach our goals and fulfill our dreams. Let us be the best that we can be so that we may fill our lives and the lives of those closest to us with happiness and pride. We've already taken the first steps by making it to this ceremony today. Now it's time to take the next steps in the journey that is our lives and begin to build our futures. I would personally like to take this moment to dedicate this time right now to my late uncle Stanley Faulkner, who wanted more than nothing to be here today. He lost his battle to lung cancer on December 8, 2015. Gone but never forgotten. And with that, I would like to congratulate the University of Toledo College of Medicine and Life Sciences class of 2016. I return the podium to Dr. Cooper.
That's a hard act to follow. Thank you, Dr. Faulkner. At this time, we will award the Doctor of Medicine degrees. Dr. Ron McGinnis, Senior Associate Dean for Student Affairs, will announce the candidates. Dr. Patricia Komanicki and I will present diplomas and certificates to the dual degree graduates, and I will present diplomas to the MD graduates. Dr. McGinnis.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper. Of the Doctor of Medicine candidates who are graduating today, 5 of the students have completed an additional 1 to 4 years of education at the graduate level, and thus will receive a dual MD and graduate degree or certificate. The dual MD-PhD program is a rigorous course of study consisting of full medical school preclinical and clinical requirements, in addition to graduate study and research in one of 4 interdisciplinary tracks aligned with disease processes. The recipient of the degree of Doctor of Medicine and Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences is Dr. Jessica Arden, being hooded by her PhD advisor, Dr. Catherine Eisenman. Please join me in congratulating our MD, PhD graduate. The MD MBA program is a 5-year program offered in partnership by the College of Medicine and Life Sciences and the College of Business and Innovation. The integrated MD MBA curriculum is designed to train physicians who are committed to becoming lifelong leaders for the world of medicine and healthcare administration. The recipient of the dual degrees of Doctor of Medicine and Master of Business Administration is Dr. Frank Hill, being hooded by Dr. Imran Ali. Please join me in congratulating our MD MBA graduate, Dr. Hill. The University of Toledo offers a comparative year-long fellowship in pathology between the 2nd and 3rd years of medical school, in which students take courses leading to the graduate certificate in pathology while also completing clinical training in anatomical, clinical, and forensic pathology, and teaching pathology to 2nd-year medical students in the organ systems block. The recipients of the dual Doctor of Medicine degree and the graduate certificate in pathology are Dr. Hillary Liebler, being hooded by her mentors, Dr. Richard Patt and Dr. Neil Johnson. Dr. Justice Phillip, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Amira Gohara, and his wife, Dr. Nancy George Phillip. Dr. Melissa Straub, being hooded by her mentors, Dr. Amira Gohara and Dr. Cara Davis. Please join me in applauding these graduates. Announcement of the MD recipients. The next step in the path that these MD graduates must take to practice medicine in the United States is entering an accredited residency program, which is known as graduate medical education. As detailed in the commencement program, the graduates have chosen to pursue their residency in medical specialties across the country. Some of the MD graduates will be pursuing specialized research fellowships prior to entering their residency training. Dr. Amira Gohara, professor in the Department of Pathology and Dean Emerita of the College of Medicine, and Dr. Imran Ali, professor of neurology and senior associate dean for academic affairs, professionalism, and diversity, were selected by the graduating class for the honor of hooding the candidates. A number of the students will be hooded by their faculty mentors or by family members or friends who hold doctoral level degrees, which is a requirement for placing a doctoral hood. Audience, please hold your applause until all of the graduates have received their diplomas. Dr. Caitlin Ahrens, being hooded by her cousin, Dr. Nicole Lewandowski.
Way to go, Caitlin!
Dr. Anastasia Alex, being hooded by her advisor, Dr. Imran Ali. Dr. Caitlin Ammons, being hooded by her mother, Dr. Jane Ammons. Dr. Amber Angles. Dr. Joshua Grant Earhart. Dr. Alexander Elyarov, being hooded by his brother, Dr. Ilya Elyarov. Dr. Bradley Baker, hooded by his father, Dr. John Baker. Dr. Kelsey Barron, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Richard Patt. Dr. Justin Baum, being hooded by his sister, Dr. Rachel Roth. Dr. Alexandra Berger, being hooded by her parents, Dr. Peggy Nowak Berger and Dr. Ramon Berger. Dr. Michael Bibler, being hooded by his father, Dr. Mark Bibler. Dr. Sravra Brahmandram, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Amira Gohara. Dr. Jordan Berlin. Dr. Charles Burney, being hooded by his wife, Margaret Crary Burney. Dr. Emily Margaret Campbell, being hooded by her parents, Dr. Rita Kozlauskas and Dr. Thomas Campbell. Dr. Anthony Canisrero, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Richard Patt. Dr. Fung Nu Cao. Dr. Nathaniel Carmen. Dr. Catherine Carruthers, being hooded by her advisor, Dr. Patrick Saparsky. Dr. Matthew Cherick. Dr. Eric Chen. Dr. Tammy Chu. Dr. Lisa Sholin. Dr. Vin Dang. Dr. Andrea Negrete Davis, being hooded by her parents, Dr. Hilmer Negrete and Dr. Pilar Negrete. Dr. William Davis, being hooded by his parents, Dr. William Davis and Dr. Patricia Davis. Dr. Arpine Davtian. Dr. Shannon Desmond, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Carol Bennett Clark. Dr. Kevin Darumo, being hooded by his family friend, Dr. Yajuan Lin. Dr. Benjamin Duncan. Dr. Nicholas Dunn, being hooded by his friends, Dr. Tyler Sabraki and Dr. Eoya Earl. Dr. Priya Edward, being hooded by her father, Dr. Deepak Edward. Dr. Calvin Fang. Dr. Kyle Ferguson, being hooded by his uncle, Dr. Scott Merriman. Dr. Amy Fern, being hooded by her father, Dr. William Fern.
Here's Amy. MD, right.
Dr. Shireen Ganapathy, being hooded by her brother, Dr. Oz Uzvan Ganapathy. Dr. Bhaskar Ganti, being hooded by his father, Dr. Murti Ganti. Dr. Marcus Gear. Dr. Daminus Gekonde. Dr. Allison Glinka Shivish. Dr. Ansha Goyal, being hooded by her uncle, Dr. Vijay Mahajan. Dr. Erica Goldberger, being hooded by her parents, Dr. Edward Goldberger and Dr. Mary Goldberger. Dr. Elizabeth Hale. Dr. Joshua Hamoud. Dr. Jesse Hawkins, being hooded by his father, Dr. Scott Hawkins. Dr. Elizabeth Hubbard, being hooded by her father, Dr. Bradley Hubbard. Dr. Christopher Hull, being hooded by his brother, Dr. Matthew Hull. Dr. Yamini Jadchurla, being hooded by her father, Dr. Sudarshan Jadchurla, and her mother, Dr. Mohini Rao. Dr. Brad Jalovic. Dr. Ryan Jefferson. Dr. Ariel Camps, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Richard Patt. Dr. Allison Canwall, being hooded by her father, Dr. Narij Canwall. Dr. Praneeth Katrapati, being hooded by his father, Dr. Sarma Katrapati, and his brother, Dr. Prashinth Katrapati. Dr. John Tyler Kaufman, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Richard Patt. Dr. Brenton Keeley, being hooded by his sister, Dr. Kelsey Keeley. Dr. Anthony Kendall, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Linda Spear. Dr. Catherine Kennewick, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Kelly Zenowitz, and her master's research advisor, Dr. Marlene Welch. Dr. James Kenny. Dr. Alexander Kreschen, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Amira Gohara. Dr. Amanda Kitson, being hooded by her father, Dr. Scott Kitson. Dr. Corey Klepper, being hooded by her family friend, Dr. Peter Rogers. Dr. Caroline Kwan, being hooded by her faculty mentor, Dr. Richard Patt. Dr. Akiko Kimura, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Richard Patt. Dr. Victor Condre, being hooded by his parents, Dr. Gregory F. Condre and Dr. Ildiku Condre. Dr. Ian Kowalski. Dr. Devin Lefevre, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Jason Schroeder. Dr. David Lang, being hooded by his father, Dr. James Lang. Dr. John Lewandowski, being hooded by his father, Dr. Paul Lewandowski. Dr. Frank Lin, being hooded by his parents, Dr. Yanwen Lin and Dr. Donghui Lin. Dr. Jason Liu. Dr. Jeffrey Lombardo, being hooded by his father, Dr. Daniel Lombardo, and his brother, Dr. Daniel Lombardo. Dr. Todd Ludwig, being hooded by his father, Dr. Dean Ludwig. Dr. Aaron Main. Dr. Anita Malya, being hooded by her research and personal mentor, Dr. Lawrence Elmer. Dr. Alyssa Maruli, being hooded by her brother, Dr. Joseph Maruli. Dr. Jennifer McPhee. Dr. Houghton Mayer. Dr. Vijay Mehta, being hooded by his father, Dr. Vikram Mehta. Dr. Joshua Maris. Dr. Stephanie Meyer, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Donna Woodson. Dr. Jeffrey Miller. Dr. Catherine Miller, being hooded by her grandfather, Dr. Raymond Fuller. Dr. Nkiruka Olivia Mparu, being hooded by her father, Dr. Fidelis Mparu. Dr. Hillary Moore. Dr. Michelle Morgan, being hooded by her brother, Dr. Christopher Morgan. Dr. Ashley Musinski. Dr. Kyle Nadick. Dr. Kevin Wynn. Dr. Mario Nigro. Dr. Nicholas Oblizak, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. David Mallory. Dr. Elizabeth Olds. Dr. Carson Ostra, being hooded by his father, Dr. Randall Ostra. Dr. Catherine Openlander. Dr. Ann Pacenta, being hooded by her father, Dr. James Pacenta. Dr. Brendan Parker, being hooded by his brother, Dr. Colin Parker. Dr. Rod Parto Naveed, being hooded by his father, Dr. Parviz Parto Naveed. Dr. Devin Patel. Dr. Laura Prince, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Charlene Sweeko. Dr. Wali Kayumi, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Imran Ali. Dr. James Rakua. Dr. Megan Rakua. Dr. Gauri Ramachandran, being hooded by her brother, Dr. Aravind Ramachandran, and her brother, Dr. Anand Ramachandran. Dr. Stephen Rasaya, being hooded by his best friend's mother, Dr. Jane Ammons. Dr. Maya Ratnam, being hooded by her parents, Dr. Manohar Ratnam and Dr. Shobhana Manohar Ratman, and her fiance, Dr. Max Boyzausen. Dr. Patrick Reardon. Dr. Pavan Reddy, being hooded by his father, Dr. Guru Reddy. Dr. Lucia Reyes, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Amira Gohara. Dr. Hillary Jane Rocky, being hooded by her mother, Dr. Susan Kimmel, and her father, Dr. Daniel Rocky. Dr. Timothy Rogers, being hooded by his father, Dr. Peter Rogers. Dr. Robert Rominsky, being hooded by his significant other, Dr. Marla Scott. Dr. Brian Ross. Dr. Lindsay Ross, being hooded by her father, David Ross. Dr. Laura Roosh, being hooded by her parents, Dr. Ann Roosh and Dr. Randall Roosh. Dr. Margreta Sabin, being hooded by her father, Dr. Jeffrey Sabin. Dr. Tarshri Sawyer, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Patricia Hogue. Dr. Alexander Sabraki, being hooded by his uncle, Dr. Richard Sabraki. Michael Schmies, Dr. Michael Schmies. Dr. Juliet Schultz, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Carol Bennett Clark. Dr. Rachel Siplin, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Patricia Hogue. Dr. Zubin Shah, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Howard Stein. Dr. Anna Pearl Shapiro, being hooded by her father, Dr. Joseph Isaac Shapiro. Dr. Shane Sheehan. Dr. Afneet Singh, being hooded by her father, Dr. Kanwaljit Singh. Dr. Daniel Sizemore. Dr. Kelsey Smith. Dr. Nicole Snyder, being hooded by her sister, Dr. Stephanie Vargo. Dr. David Straka, being hooded by his brother, Dr. Daniel Straka. Dr. Kevin Stromberg. Dr. Christine Sutu, being hooded by her father, Dr. Yu Hong Sutu. Dr. Emily Sykes, being hooded by her fiance's father, Dr. James Lang. Dr. Lindley Tamura, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Charlene Suico. Dr. Darren Tang, being hooded by his father, Dr. John Lin Tang. Dr. Hassan Thasif, being hooded by his mother, Dr. Farzana Thasif. Dr. Sarah Tecklenburg, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Richard Patt. Dr. Patrick Tenbrink, being hooded by his father-in-law, Dr. Michael Patipa. Dr. Rohan Tucker, being hooded by his father, Dr. Jas Tucker. Dr. Robert Toa. Dr. Sophia Tarabi, being hooded by her mother, Dr. Faith Tarabi. Dr. Christopher Trainer, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Richard Patt. Dr. Cassandra Vafleur, being hooded by her husband, Dr. Daniel Israel. Dr. Rohan Vidya. Dr. Narain Valanki, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Patricia Hogue. Dr. Ashley Lauren Vespi. Dr. Alexander Wong, being hooded by his father, Dr. Xiaoming Wong. Dr. Jonathan Warford. Dr. Glenn Westfall, being hooded by his grandfather, Dr. John Newton, and his cousin, Dr. Amanda Ostra. Dr. Robert Wetzel, being hooded by his uncle, Dr. Douglas Thompson. Dr. James Whaley, being hooded by his advisor, Dr. Patrick Saparsky. Dr. Stephen Ming Wu. Dr. Hannah Young, being hooded by her father, Dr. Bo-Sheng Young. Dr. Benjamin Yorchak. Dr. Caitlin Zaytunchu, being hooded by her husband, Dr. Eunice Zaytunchu. Dr. Sarah Zorko, being hooded by her mentors, Dr. Julian Davies and Dr. Mary Kay Smith. Please join me in congratulating the MD class of 2016.
All right. In order to show their commitment to the profession of medicine, the graduating medical students will now recite a physician's oath. Each year, the graduating class votes for the oath they wish to recite and the classmates they wish to lead the oath. The Doctor of Medicine class of 2016 have selected Dr. Hillary Liebler and Dr. Melissa Straub to lead the recitation of the Oath of Hippocrates. Drs. Liebler and Straub, would you please come to the podium?
Will the MD graduates please?
Please join us in reciting the Oath of Hippocrates. Upon this graduation, as I seek admission to the medical profession, I do solemnly affirm, as did the ancient Greeks, by all that I hold most sacred that, according to my ability and judgment, I will keep this oath and its stipulations. To hold my teachers in this art equal to my own parents, and extend to them the respect and gratitude which is their due. I will by precept, lecture, and every other mode of instruction impart a knowledge of the art to my sons and daughters and those of my teachers, and to disciples bound by covenant and oath, according to the law of medicine. I will follow that system of treatment which, according to my ability and judgment, I consider for the benefit of my patients and abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous. I will exercise my art solely for the cure of my patients and the prevention of disease, and will give no drugs and perform no operations for a criminal purpose, nor far less suggest such thing. With honor and dignity, I will practice my profession, not permitting consideration of religion, nationality, race, or social standing to intervene between duty and my patient.
Into whatever house I enter, I will go for the benefit of the sick and will hold myself aloof from every voluntary act of wrongdoing or corruption. Whatever I may see or hear in the lives of men which ought not be spoken abroad, I will not divulge, reckoning that such should be kept secret. While I continue to keep this oath unviolated, may it be granted to me to enjoy life and the practice of medical art, respected by men in all times. But should I trespass and violate this oath, may the reverse be my lot.
Please be seated.
At this time, we will have the commissioning of our military graduates. Several of today's graduates have chosen to serve as medical officers in various branches of the United States Armed Forces. As medical officers, these physicians have committed to serving not only their patients, but also their nation. As a result, service members and their families can take comfort in knowing that they have some of the finest health care providers in the world ready to care for them. At this time, I would like to invite everyone who has at any time served in any branch of the military to stand and be recognized for your service to our country. Would our military graduates, Dr. Nathaniel Carmen, Dr. Amanda Kitson, Dr. Catherine Miller, Dr. Catherine Openlander, and Colonel Thomas Sodeman please come forward? Dr. Sodeman is Professor of Medicine and Chief of the Division of Gastroenterology. Additionally, he is a Colonel, a Flight Surgeon, and Chief of Aerospace Medicine in the 180th Fighter Wing, Ohio Air National Guard.
Chairperson Spire, Dean Cooper, board members, General Desjardins, deans, faculty, students, and family. It's a great pleasure to stand before you and swear in the newest members of our military medical family. Doing this just before Memorial Day brings into focus the sacrifices they may be called upon to make. We all make sacrifices during training, the late nights, time away from family, time spent studying for the boards and working on publications, among others. And these sacrifices continue during our careers. In the military, we have time spent far away from families and the potential risk to life, both during conflict and during training. Jumping out of perfectly good airplanes comes to mind. It looks like someone's already jumped out of a perfectly good airplane there. Fortunately, there's a good side to the military life, things such as travel. I spent the winter in Guam myself, working with great people and the opportunity to do challenging and rewarding things, such as humanitarian missions, flying in fighter jets, and yes, again, jumping out of perfectly good airplanes. Swearing in new members to the military family pays forward the trust that someone had in me 21 years ago. The military medical family is a small one. Doubtless we will all run into each other again, possibly in the U.S. or somewhere overseas. I'd like to congratulate all of the graduates, and I look forward to your successes in the future. Now, Doctors Carmen, Miller, Kitson, and Oppenlander, attention to commissioning. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Sodeman. At this time, I would like to call upon Dr. Ariel Camps to give the medical student commencement speech. Dr. Camps was selected by her classmates to deliver the address. Dr. Camps.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper. It's an honor to speak today in front of faculty, mentors, friends and family, and most importantly, my peers, the class of 2016. Over the next hour, I plan on discussing the meaning of life. Just kidding. They gave me 6 minutes. But in those minutes, I would like to reflect on some of our experiences in medical school, as well as some of the challenges that await us. 4 years ago, I, like many graduating today, sat nervously reciting the Hippocratic Oath. And since that day, our experiences have laid the foundation for both our careers and our futures, as husbands, as wives, as brothers and sisters, but most importantly, as the family WebMD. In class, we studied all sorts of bacteria, diseases, medications. We learned the human anatomy from quite literally the inside out. We understood how the brain perceives pain and happiness and sadness. But I think I speak for many when I say the past 4 years have taught us just as much, if not more, about things other than medicine. For example, my friends from warmer climates, not necessarily better, now understand that Midwest winters are much like our journey through medical school. Everyone starts off enjoying the novelty of it. A month or two in, you start to recognize the struggle is real. And finally, you learn to accept your life as an Eskimo. One of the biggest realizations I've had during medical school has to do with friendship and the connections we make as human beings. All of us have grown and experienced so much together, and I can honestly say that the people I've met in Toledo are some of the most amazing people I will ever know. We have studied together, worked together, we have traveled the world together. Together, we have pondered some of life's greatest mysteries. Is embryology even real? Who is Mark Tuttle? And how do surgeons become gods? And though these mysteries may remain unsolved, we do know that we have been through the ups and downs of life. I have learned that it's these relationships, these bonds between friends and family, and sometimes people I've just met, that make life meaningful. As physicians, we are going to be given the opportunity almost every day to connect with and touch the lives of others. No matter what specialty we have chosen, no matter how many procedures we do, there will never be a substitute for the relationships we forge with our patients. I hope to always maintain that human connection, never losing sight of the trust we are given and the opportunity we have to make a difference. As we approach this next phase of our lives, the challenges of our career await us. And whether it's intern year or 20 years later, we will always have uncertainties. Uncertainties of whether to give this medication or that, whether to schedule surgery or hold off one more day. Or perhaps the most pressing uncertainty, Taco Bell or Waffle House. We should not suppress this uncertainty, but instead accept it. Uncertainty is an inevitable part of a lifelong process. 4 years ago, we began a process, a crazy, demanding, incredible process of learning medicine, starting with the minute details of a single cell. Think back to when we first learned the anatomy of the lung. and how that has grown into our understanding of its physiology, pathology, pharmacology, and ultimately how we have transformed all of that into our care to help someone simply breathe in the ER. Today, we are acknowledged as physicians, but we appreciate that we are still learning. We will always be learning. And though we may not always recognize it, the lessons and people we meet throughout our lives will continue to influence us. From our medical school mentors, Dr. Gohara, CBC, Dr. Pat, all the way back to perhaps our earliest influential doctor, Dr. Seuss. We are taught that patients come first, but we must remember to take care of ourselves as well. To our family and friends who have given us unwavering love and support, we thank you. Your presence in our lives is irreplaceable. We will continue to count on you to encourage us and maintain our perspective in life, just as you can count on us to assure you your friend's rash is not syphilis. But in all seriousness, success is not only defined by the health of our patients, but also by our own happiness. Finally, I'd like to leave you with a quote by a man who was in our shoes not too long ago. Dr. Paul Kalanithi was a young neurosurgeon whose life was cut short by terminal lung cancer. During his last years in the book he wrote, he said, "Life is not about avoiding suffering. The defining characteristic of an organism is striving." So I hope we strive to be caring physicians and good people. I hope we strive to lead meaningful lives and strive to make a difference. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2016.
Thank you, Dr. Camps. Yet one more of our remarkable graduates. So graduates of 2016, today is your day. Today we celebrate your accomplishments and the opportunities for a bright future. Congratulations and my sincerest wishes for success in all of life's journeys. Congratulations and thanks as well to the graduates' families and loved ones and to your teachers and mentors. This concludes today's ceremony. We ask the audience remain in your seats until the platform party, the graduates and faculty have recessed out of the theater. Thanks to all.